you? Tammy, you still here? So the question is, okay, asking why 8, 9, 10 keep coming up when it's supposed to be hidden within 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm a little confused, but at the same time, I have an answer for that, and I love it. I'm going to tell you that 78 is a gateway, okay? The king and the queen. 7 and 8, the heavens, through the sun and Mars. With the 9 and 8, it is the natural or the nature birth. 9 for the birth and the 6 life in the house. The 68 is the word house. 3, 4, 4, 3. Okay, when you flip it upside down, it becomes 89. You flip it the other way, it becomes 86. 8 goes both ways. So you can say 8 is gay. It goes both ways if you like to say it. And I have to say this word because of the GAY, which is the gateway. The A is for the division in earth where the Y comes in, and that's what makes it gay. I'm just trying to figure out why I'm not getting onto Odyssey right now. Just give me a second. I have to go over to Odyssey. I don't know what's happening. I don't want to forget this, so I'm just going to stick it out here for a bit. I'm going to explain this again. 17, 18, and 19. They will happen in French. When speaking in French, 17 is 17. 18 is 18 and 19 is 19. It's part of the configuration. Now, do we take the pieces and parts of the single bolt of the configuration and we move it over to 77, 78, and 79? In French, you will say 10, 7, 10, 8, and 10, 9 for 10, 7, 17, 17, 10, 8, 18, 10, 9, 19. When you say the word 77 in French, you are going to say 60 or 60. And if you notice in the 60, when you say 60, it's SOI. But when you write it, okay, when you write it, write your name in square letters. The S looks like a 5. The O looks like a 0. And the 1 looks like a 1. Is it talking about the donut hole, the singular moon into Mars? Because 51 is Mars, 5 and 1 is 6. It's all about Mars. We need to accept Mars. We need to accept the duality of the sexes. Both male is female, female is male. It doesn't really matter. You know why? Because we're not talking about humans. We're talking about moons. We're talking about water and energy moving in and out. And it doesn't matter if it's positive and negative. You know, you want to call it a sex or a gender or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be human related. 78 or 91 or 98 or 19 or 16. When you have all these numbers, they're telling a story. So back to 91, when you count 1 through 13, it equals to 91. 13 is the bar mitzvah. Depending on which way you want to use it, it will recreate 19. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 is 3 and 4. 3 times 4, 3 plus 4 is 12 and 7, 19. So in French, it is said this way. Another thing about 10 is understanding what I believe I can understand. I'm going to write this down and show you. Is that if you want to say 1, you say 1. If you want to say 11, we're going to put 11 over here. We're going to say 21 and 31 and 41 and 51 and 61. We're going to put 71 here. And then we're going to go 81. And there's not going to be 91 because 91 is here. So how many times have we mentioned or seen this number? We've seen it 3, 6, 7 times. So it's ironic that although we count 1 through 9, when we count 1 through 99, okay, we will have 10 numbers in each realm. Or sorry, we will have 10. Is it 10 numbers in each realm? Let me see with this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's correct. But with the when it comes to the 1, we're going to have the 1 one more time over here, and the 1 more time over here. So how many times are we going to see the number 1? We're going to see it 7, 8, 9, 10, plus the second one over here, 11, and the one down here, 12. 1 happens 12 times. Now you're going to ask a question. How many times does 2 happen? Right? Well, 2 happens at 12, at 22, 32, 42, 52, 62. Now 72, we're going to put over here. And then 82, we're going to put, I don't know if I should put it here. I think I'm going to put it here. And 92, I'm going to put over here. Maybe I shouldn't put this one here, and I should just keep the 82 over here. So how many times are we going to say 2? We're going to say, hold on a second. Yes, I think I was missing one over here. Was I missing one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so yes, we have, just going to put it here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 twos, 9 twos. So we have 9 twos, right? Now the thing is, I should have explained this a little bit better. I'm a little off. Goat, turquoise, white horns, person, turquoise, waving. I'm not sure where you're going with this, but number 9 is turquoise. The turquoise horse number 9. I'm not sure what color the position the goat is in, but it would be nice to know. As well as I see the turtle in there, because in turquoise I see turtle. I don't know. And quaz or croisé is to cross over, and quaz can also be one of the numbers that maybe 15, maybe a mix of 4. OI is inside of it. Anyway, I'm going to get back to that. Losing on the long shot. So let me do this again. Then I'm going to get to this. I'll show you what that is after. I'm also working on the word Egypt. You know, what's funny about that word is it's 5, 7, 7, 7, 2. 5 and 2 are 7. Egypt is all 7s. You know what's funny? Because crucifix is 393. 393. 393,39696. Crucifix, all 3s. Egypt, all 7s. And then if you notice here, you see this area over here? You see the way it closes like a book, and this area over here, right? If I would do that to it and that to it. And then there's the indent in here, which looks like the jack. The G, although it's the 7th letter, right? If I flip it upside down, it looks like the small e, or the peh in Hebrew. Bet game Jesus, the house of bait. So where was I with my numbers? Yes, there's 1 and 11 and 21 and 31 and 41 and 51 and 61 and 71 and 81 and 91. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 numbers, right? There are 10 numbers, but the 1 is repeated over here. So it's 10 numbers and 1 number. Over here, is there anything missing? No, there's nothing missing. Now you have 10, 11. Sorry, you have 10. You have 12. You have 13. See that? You have 14, you have 15, you have 16, you have 17, you have 18, and you have 19, right? Now the thing is, should I be counting it again? Because the 1 is already counted, but here it's counted in the 1 position. Here it's counted in the 10 position, right? But it's not really in the 10 position in this. There's a reason for it. In French, 17, 18, and 19 are expressed 10-7, 10-8, and 10-9 equals to 17, equals to 18, equals to 19. I'm going to call this CBA. Because what if it was the minus, right? Even though it's going up to 19, separated, let's go minus. 7, 8, and 9 are missing. Just like it's written over here, 7, 8, and 9 are missing in 10. And the reason for that is ABC, 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals to 6. When you add the D, A, B, C, D, right? D is add 4 equals to 10. And this is my understanding why you say it this way. And note that 10 equals to 10 alone. To where this one over here is A, B, C, D, and then it's B, C, D. So what would this one be? And why would it be this? Because this is your 10 and this is your 9. The thing what happens in here is it brings in two worlds. It brings in the D inside the BC. BC is in both worlds. It's inside of this. BCD equals to 9. ABCD equals to 10. ABC equals to 6. AB equals to 3. And A equals to 1. Where B equals to 2. C equals to 3. And D equals to 4. So you're starting off with those combinations. Now we use all these combinations to recreate this. If you want to create 11, will you go AA? You want to create 12, you're going to go AB, not BA. If you want to create 13, you're going to go AAB. If you want to create 14, you're going to go, you might go ABC, ABC plus D, 6, 9, 10, 14. Why won't I use this one? Because this is 10 and this is a whole and it works with 7, 8, and 9. Now, I could be wrong in this reasoning and I can just use this over here, just the straight up combinations over here. Right over here. At the same time, I can possibly go BC equals to 5. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So this is the way we would do it with numbers. So anyways, to keep it short, when you say, sorry about that, I'm just trying to think where I left off from. So yeah, so we have how many now? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We say 1 19 times. That's how many times we say 1. Even though it's reversed and repeated, we actually say it 19 times. Now, there is a separation in all the ones, is where 11 and 71 and 91 are not the same. They're not the same. In fact, I'm also going to pull out of there number 19 and number 18 and number 17. All of these 6 and 13 must be separated. Let me see if I got anything else. Yes, I'm missing 1, and number 10 has to be separated. 10 is a word in all its own. It does not say 1 inside the word. Okay, 11 does not say 1 inside the word, right? 91 does say 1 inside the word. These do not say 1 inside the word. So let me fix this. The Mayan calendar. Let me see, did I get this right? Is it 19 or is it 20? Let me recount it because I might have been wrong. Let me check this out again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 1, 11, 21, 31. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yes, there's 19 plus the 1 over here is said twice. So there's 20. So it's 7. It can't be 7 and 13 because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold on a second. 8. I have to pull out 8 of them. It's got to be 8 and 12. I'm just thinking along with you. It's 8 and 12 where the number 1 shows up. Where do I get this? Is it 8 and 12 or 8 and 11? Let me take a look at this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Correct. There's 11, right? Let me see. Let's do this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's 11 number ones. Did I get that right? I'm going to have to throw out this whole paper soon because I've made so many mistakes. There are 11 number ones, right? 10 and 1. So there are 11 number ones. So let's check it out again. There are 11 number ones. And then there are 1. Did I get the 10? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there's 9. 9, 11. Number ones. So now we're going to go over it and see if we can get this number right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8, and then we have 12. Why did I separate these? Because here I say 1. Here I say 11. I don't say 1. Here I say 21, 31, 41, 51, 61, 71, 81, 91. Now here I don't say 1. 12, I don't say 1. 13, I don't say 1. 14, I don't say 1. 15, I don't say 1. 16, I don't say 1. 17, I say 10. 18, I say 10. 19, I say 10. So I pulled out 17, 18, and 19, right? Now, why did I pull out 91 and 71? I pulled out 91 and 71 because in French, okay, you say the number 11 when you come here, and you say 11 when you come here, and here you say 11. So there's no 1 mentioned. But in French, you say 61, 51, 41, 31. So these are mentioned. These are not mentioned. So it becomes the mentioned ones. Okay, let's look for the mentioned ones. Mentioned, 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 mentioned. Now, you might say, well, 1 and 3 are not mentioned. 13, no, they're not mentioned. They're talked in a different world, so we have to move these ones over. But the difference with this, okay, is I believe that when you say this over here, you're going to go 9 and 3. For 13, you're going to go 9 and 4. For 14, you're going to go 9 and 5. For 15, you're going to go 9 and 6. And for 16, you're going to go 9 and 7. Over here, on this one over here, you're going to go 9 and 2. I have to separate that one, okay, for a few reasons. And the reason I'm doing this is because, you see, this gets all mixed up. You know, there's just like so many things going on. Hey, way out. What happens is in French, well, I got to search so deep. Yeah. The Hebrew language, and I'm mixing these up so you can say, well, look what he's doing. He's making it work for himself. Absolutely. I'm absolutely making it work for myself. You know, a watch doesn't have one gear, you know. A watch has to work on multiple levels. So I work on the multiple levels too. I need a gear that runs this. I need a gear that runs that. I need the record player that's a 45. I need the record player that's the, the 33. I have to understand that. Look at that. Look how low it is. Does the tire run on the low part or will it come up high? Right? It wasn't, look, my fingers here. Whoop, whoop. You follow me? Where is the earth? How much did it tilt? Where did it move to? The record player, when you have the record player, if you're talking about the heart, you see this? No matter what, the body must take up this part. You must include the heart inside the body. So the only part that's in the other world is less than what is in this side of the world because we need this heart in this side of the world. Now you would say, what does that mean? What does it mean? Why do I need the heart to turn? Can it turn between the two worlds? Well, maybe it could turn the two worlds. So maybe one is the 45. Maybe the record player, the 33, plays over the 45. So you got two records, two small records, playing over from above, the other one from below, turning the records over, and we're moving everything around. Now, I have a design for this. Holy man. It's the Star David, but it's the Merkaba. And then in every single corner, it spins. And this one spins, and this one spins, and this one spins, and this one spins. By the time they all finish rotating their cycle, there possibly can be 25,920 years that go by. Now, I have this design somewhere. I don't know what it is. It's very frustrating looking for 25,000 different pieces of art and 10,000 video and 600 books. That's actually maybe 300 books. So I just can't find it all. So I look in here and I depend on everybody out there that we should work together. 8, 9, and 10. The thing about 8, 9, and 10 is that once you get to 6 and you add D to 6, it becomes 10. And inside between 6 and 10 is 7, 8, and 9. It is your birth at the gateway in the heavens of Mars. You're going to have to explain that. You know what? Behind, in front, doesn't matter. It's very confusing unless I'm specifically asked a certain question to re-answer and say something. I will absolutely do it. You know what? If I have to devote the rest of all my time to this, I'm going to have to live too. But I would be here and set it up so that we can all follow and input this knowledge into a system. I really want to build something, that we can fill in all the information to better understand and let it spit out a story, the story of creation, how the universe came to be, understanding that we were given the answer through letters and numbers and shapes and dots and dashes in every single game that has ever been played or made, and anything anybody has ever said. Holy hallelujah. Oh my God, it's just crazy how we know it all. We just have to put it together. Mama, look what I got. What'd you get? I got a puzzle. Well, how many pieces are in it? Oh, there's 600,000 pieces, Mama, but we're 8 billion people on the planet. I know some people can't help at all, but don't worry. They're going to do something that we're going to notice, and we're going to understand something as a group. We can put it together. And once we have this knowledge, once we have the absolute truth, okay, through games, what the story of games is as that absolute entertainment truth, maybe we'll understand that we should come together and hold hands. And yes, it's right into this cube. I like to call this Mecca. I like to say that we sit down, we pray around this black cube. And you know what? If they're praying for all the right reasons, but it's being used against us and for all the wrong reasons, okay, we should understand why and what it is about this thing, because it tells a story. This tells an absolute story. When I said there's 8 and 12 numbers, 6 times 2, 6 plus 2, okay, equals to 12 and 8 equals to the reason of 2020. It also comes out to 8 and 3, which is monkey, 38, which is gold, 38, which is the club, 2, 23, 33, 35, 38. It creates 24 and 11, recreating itself again, equaling to 35, 8, 8, and 8. 4 and 2, 6, 1 and 1, 2, 3 and 5, 8. In your creation to the division of the gate, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 will create the 8 and 6. Where you have 15 equals to 6, where you have 24 equals to 6, where you have 33 equals to 6, to where you have 62 equals to 8, to where you have 53 equals to 8, to where you have 44 equals to 8, to where you have 1, 2, 3, 6, 3, 4, 5, 12, 6, 5, 4, 15, 2, 3, 4, 9. You're 6 and 9, or you're 3 by 3, 3 plus 3, equaling to 6, equaling to 9, understanding the rotation of 3, to where in the second flavor you have 3 times 5, and here you have 4 times 3. In the house of DC, creation, 8 and 7, your gateway. Your gateway, those numbers are telling you the truth. 91 is the spirit. It's the spirit in the moon running through Mars and our sun. Cuckoo clock, which is actually 366, 366 club. I knew a Pete. I was told by Jacob telling me the story of Tammy through Dina, his daughter. Very sweet. As he was telling me a story about him and a child and a puzzle from the store. 8 plus. Ah. You got to be 8 years old and over. $15.24. Yes. EXO 15 and 24. There was somebody that was on earlier on. There's somebody on earlier on. I think I'm going to show you this. And they made a statement. Okay, they made a statement. I think it was let me see. I think it was over here. So let me look for it. Okay, it was here. There was one here. So let me show you in a minute. Okay, here it is. Here it is.
Is a score. A score is a tally. A tally is a tail. A tally is a notch. A notch is a nick. Guys, I could go on forever.
Okay, you see this? She has one X, right? The original X. And you mirror or look at the shadow of the original X. And you see the way this is a ring that goes around? Well, when you create an X, here's an original X over here. Here's the X, right? Let me see if we can get this here. See the way we get this X? Over here, there's only one X on this side. Then once you do two X's, or you create the like the belly of it, you end up with 1, 2, 3, 4 X's. So you end up with 4 X's, 96, and in the center of it, right, you end up with the O. So the total of this, right, is 111. That's the exact center of numbers in roulette, the exact center. The total of roulette is 666, and the center is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, which equals to 51, which equals to 60, is 111. The total adding up from 1 through 36 equals to 6, 6, and 6, which when you multiply it, it equals to 6 times 6 times 6 is 21. This is the diameter of the moon. You add it together is 666. You add it together is 18, is 234. And that's our 3 by 3, 9 creation. 234 equals to 9. You add it, becomes 234 or 432. And I think that's the healing hertz. And it is also 3 times 1440 minutes, which is also 3 days. That's our base triangular creation. So we have this at the same time. We have this V for an opening. I question whether it's real or not. Then once we do this, we have to understand we have the original X that created everything. If we count it individually, I'll show you an X here, and then I'll show you an X here. And now you'll look at this situation a little bit different, because once we add on one more X of 24, it equals to 120. Now 120 is when you add up 1 through 15, it equals to 120, which 1 through 7 equals to 28. And when you add on the 8, it equals to 36. Let me do this over here. 1 through 7 equals to 28. Then you have 8 equals to 8. And then you have 9 over to 15. And that's going to equal to, is it 84? Let me see. Is it 84, 94, 104? I think it's 84. So you have 84 and 28. 84, 92, 100, 120. And this is the game of pool. You have the 8 ball that separates what is 20, what is 84. And then after that, you add this and this is 92, and this is 36. Your IT system and creation in the house of Bait. This is Pluto over here. This will create your TH. You ever see the TH? The house of TH begins at 4th, and it runs itself all the way to 20th. But it stops, but it's the 20th number, if we want to talk about that. And we don't know where it starts. We can start in the middle of everything. The 4th number might be 51. Time is 47, plus your decreation equals to 51. So we might start at 47 and then end up over here. And then when we end this from 47, we might end up at, I think it would be 67. I'm just playing around with the numbers. Add 4 to this, it equals to this. Add 20 to this, it equals to this. The beginning and the end. This is for the word soul. This is for the word Mars. The reason I chose this is because time is number 47. And I didn't want to use A, B, C, D, which D equals to 4, but it might be the beginning of what is ABC. It's also, how can I say this? You have after the death and before the Christ. So what does it mean after the death, before the Christ? Does that mean we're playing our life backwards, the outside, or after the death? The BC is what's going to connect together the AD. The BC, the 2, 3, is what connects together the AD. 5, right? And 1 and 4 equals to 5. Now, where does this come from? Well, when you have this over here, right? The number here is 14. The number here is 23. And what happens is you break into the number and you run in over here like that. And then this number joins the center. This is your rotation. This is 36 numbers off the roulette wheel. The reason I do it this way is because I'm told to do it that way. Just give me a second. These numbers are red in roulette. $35, $39, you crisscross, it's all 37s. The total is 111. The ones in the center is 17 and 20, but not to forget the letter T or the letter H. But if I put them together, you might think about teach. Time heaven, teach from 4 over to 20, or the total is 116 if I get that right. No, I didn't get that right. 114, the pig's pregnancy based on creation, which is 30. I think the day of creation equals to 30. That's what creation is. It's not based on 31. Okay, it's based on 30. So we have to go 30 times 3. Then we have to go 0.7 times 3. And then we have to go just 3. So this will equal to 90. This will equal to 21. And this will equal to 0.3, equaling to 114. And what is this? This is the pig. Number 32, okay, the pig, and he's found as the 12th zodiac sign. The pregnancy of a pig is 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days. 33, 37, and 3. 9, 3, 3. 4, 5, and 6. 4 times, you can use this as 11, or 4 times 1 times 1 is 4, plus 6. Zion, Israel. Right here, the operator, Zion, Israel, 0, the operator. Number 64. That's how I put this together. It's also the gateway of creation. If you use this as 11, or if you use it like this, one of them says Mars, the other one says the multiplication, 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 is 2 and 1, 3. If I use it as 14, right, or 1 and 4, 5, you follow what I'm doing? Here, let me mark it here. If I go 11, separate it, right? I might have all the info. When you play Scrabble or when you play all your games, you don't just take all your cards and throw them onto the table, right? You need sets and pairs. You need runs and straights. You have to play it. It's a game. It's a whole game. The answers are everywhere. We just have to untwist it, twist it all so we can put it down on paper and explain it. Oh, that's okay. So let me take a look back. I'm a little behind. So, wow, I'm way behind. I'm going to stop advancing. I'm going to stop for a second. The bomb 11 and 1s. Welcome to 366. Very good. Okay. So wasn't Peter one of the disciples? Also, Pete, take away the P and E-T-E. In a particular phrase, it might mean it was. At the same time, it might mean summer. You can shorten it to mare, meaning ocean, and S-U-M or M-U-R, musée. I'm just trying to think what else goes along with that. Also, there's 5s and 10s and 20s in Peter. There's also a 7. P is 7 and T is 2. So you're also in the house of bait. You're in Venus. Which house of Venus? Because you start with a 16, right? It's 2 to the power of 2 times 2 is 4, by 2 is 8, by 2 is 16, 2 to the power of 4. So it's at the gateway. So if you have that many numbers, you have to be Pluto inside of Jupiter, the 5th planet, the 9th planet, where the one spirit, the one dot on the one dice, the center of all 9 numbers, to where you go to the cards, and it is the one dot in the center of the number 9, which is unlike 8. It is not like 8 or 7 or 6. 9 is unique in its own, as is 10 unique in its own. They're telling the ending story of the life within, other than the 8, showing you to respect the situation, understanding you that 7 and 8 have one center image and then 2. And I'm looking at those as being the moons of Mars and Earth. Eight times 10 is 80. 728 is 160. 728 is 168 and 28. 196. 13 by 13, if you want to look at it that way. And the reason I'm saying is 28 days to the moon, 6 days a week by 28 hours is 168. But 7 days a week at 24 hours is 168 as well. But there's 4 hours in the number left over. Satan's cube, Saturn's cube. You also have that because we have number 6. We have 6 and 8, which is Saturn and Neptune. And somehow Saturn and Neptune, we are going to bring Pluto between the two, I believe, through Jupiter. Jupiter being the biggest, which is crazy being a planet, it might be actually representing our communication between Neptune and Saturn. And somewhere out there, there's a role that is being played with Uranus. Uranus being the 7th planet, right? Remember, 7 goes to 17, 27, 37, 47, 57. The reverse of 57 in the word of Heinz, H-I-N-Z, or what is the reverse of Mars? 51 is 57. Let me see if I said this right. 57 links to the moon. 57 links to the moon. 57 is the moon. I just want to see if I did this right. 57 goes to the moon. So why am I seeing Mars? Because 3 by 17 is 51, and that's Mars. So I'm trying to untangle that situation with the 7. Noted that the 7 is male from 13. Okay, but when you come to the mature age, mature nature, it's the woman who is in charge at 13. That would be the moon. The male becomes charge of the sun. The female becomes of the moon. The male becomes of the sun. Now, when you have 7-7, right, you now have the male in charge of the E world, and it's no longer the sun. I just want to see what this is. Sorry, hold on a second. No, the 7 male turns to the female when it becomes 77. Christ is 77. Matter is 77. Number 5, right, or number 14, right, which is 7 and 7 equals to 14. 6 and 7 equals to 13. The reason I'm saying this, and it's really confusing, I have to put this down on paper. I hope I'm quite sure everybody's confused by what I just said, but I'm going to explain that the bar mitzvah, when you have the bar mitzvah at the age of 12, at the age of 13, you're ending those years. The same as on your first birthday. It's over. Happy birthday to you. You're 1 year old, but it's over. Happy New Year, 2024, but it's over. On all your checks you wrote out over the last year, it said the year that's completed, plus the number of months in the year, and the number of days in the month. We have completed 2024 years, and we're in the first month of the seventh day. That's completed. So the males becomes of the mature age in the 14th year. And the alphabet splits between 13 and 14. So maybe they're going to put a ring around it. You put a ring between 12, 13, 14, and 15, and possibly 16, or 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And that are the 6 sides of the cube. Now I ask myself this question: 11, 12. But when you get to 13, you're 11 and 12, your 1 and 2 creates 3. You're now into the teen house. The word teen is 44. The word space is 44. 44 will create 1/3 and 2/3, as 4 times 4, 4 plus 4 is 8 and 16. So 16 is 2 8s, and the 1/8, that is the 1/8 itself, will have 2/3 of 8, and then 1/3 of 8, equaling to a total of 24 of the 24 hours a day. When you multiply 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, you create 8 and 6. You now created the separation between number 7 and the cube, or in 2 cubes. The 6 and 2, 8 will create a 5 and 1, 6. The 3 and 3, 6 will create the 4 and 4, 8. Where the 4 and 2, 6 will create the 5 and 3, 8. Separating the 7th gate. Yo, 11, the game of craps. They're calling for 11 because it's right here. 7 come 11, the house of Mecca, the house of creation, and in the gateway through the moon, Mars and the sun. And the heart of the matter is earth, is that heart. Why do I say this? Can I be wrong in anything that I say? I might not say it properly. But once you see what I know, and you look at it, and you determine that, hey, it's round. It's got a hole. So you look up the word round. You look up the word hole. The position of the letters in the alphabet, the design of the letters. And if it's true to you, fine. But if it's not true to you, I want to know why. You tell me why, what something is not what it is. I'm looking at a ruler. I want to know how many people in the world are going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I want to know how many people are going to read these numbers, or even say, I'm going to say, here's a stick, there's something on it. What does this look like? I want to know how many people won't say number 5. I want to know how many people won't say 6. I want to know how many people won't say what I say. Well, that's where all the information is. How many people are going to tell me these colors? Well, that's where my information is. How many people are going to tell me on this planet how many sides are on here? How many cubes are on here? There's 1,400. The 1/4, the number of minutes in a day is 1440. And there's 1,404 area spaces on this, if it was like this, working as this. What do I mean? There's 2 dots. Instead of having this as an empty space, this entire cube will replace it. And if it replaces, there's 21 dots here. If there's 21 dots here, here, here is 63. Here is 84. 84 is for Pluto. 33 is who we are, 3 parts of 4 parts in creation. 21, 21, 21, 63. 36, 63. 7 times 9 is 63. 9 times 4 is 36. And it's very important that we understand it, that 9 times 7 equals to 63, and 9 times 4 equals to 36. 74 is energy. 74 is Jesus. 47 is time. 4, 7, 5, and 2. 9, 9. In the bait, house of bait, the gateway, in the sun. Where do I get this? Here. And here, when I see the number 4, there are 5 empty spaces equaling to 9. When I see the number 2, there's 7 empty spaces equaling to 9. So when I know when 5 and 2, the numeric value for Earth, comes together, and when Jesus, energy and time, come together, 99 is in Jupiter 13. And that 13 is going to represent our moon and the cycle in our moon of 13 and 31 and 13, the electric moon, 31 and 13 and 31, equaling to 75, equaling to 57, equaling to what is electric, and this word is moon. And what's ironic is that, and I just repeat this in every video, times 13 equals to 75,075 moons, to where 7 by 5 is 35, 7 plus 5 is 12, equaling to the numbers 47, time. Matter and energy, Mars and Earth, the IT system, number 29 in the sun, 29 and 18. 3 by 29 equals to 87. That is in the gate. That is in the Queen's Gate. Also, the word October, if I remember correctly, 7-8 or 8-7, doesn't matter. Matter and energy, 135. The 13th letter and the 5th letter, the 13th letter and the 5th letter, that divides the alphabet between 13 and 14, 13.5, and the word ace and the word sun come out. When you see the A letter, you can create the Z letter. You can create the N letter. Within it, within this, you are going to create, just give me a second. There's something missing. And oh, yes, in the A, there was that missing. And in that, we automatically create the I from this. See, between here, we create the H and the I, but it's only to one side, right? Let me do that again. You have the A letter. I'll create the H from it, or the I if you're sleeping. And if you're awake, you'll create it this way. So now you have H, I, N, Z inside this A letter. H, I, Z, N, just because we have one piece of each part. And this equals to 57. The reverse of this word is M-A-R-S, and that is numeric value 51. 3, 7 and 5 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, and this is 6 over here. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6, and that is our creation. 9 and 18 equals to 27, or 9 and 9 equals to 18. I'm getting a little tired here. I'm going to try and look through some of the questions, and I'm going to try to put this a little bit neater now. I'm a little bit behind and tired, and so much information. Thank everybody for being here, because I can never do this alone. Learned, you earn when you learn. Just one more round. Yes, one more round. This round's on me. That's good. Let me write that down. I'm tired as there's just so much. This round's on me. And usually when the round's on you, you're drinking alcohol, right? But not necessarily, but maybe it came from there, which alcohol is spirit. And now we're in the final realm of everything, because Las Vegas is getting a baseball team and a basketball team, and that's the end. That's where all the numbers are. That's where we need all the sports, all the professional, everything out of LV, Las Vegas, 22 and 12. 1 and 2 comes together. 2, 2, 2, and 1 come together. Las Vegas. Las Vegas, remember, remember, remember. Las Vegas, the big secret. You get married in Las Vegas. $77 is Christ, $74 is Jesus. You can clue me into where the interesting is. Happy 5884. You know, this 5884, that would be in 100 years from now. I just want to show you what's so great about this. I'm going to try and do a piece of art in this. We are in the year 5784, right? Which is 19 and 28. Totals 47. Or this is the year, my friends. We have returned to the creation in Pluto of time. 19 times 3 is 57. 28 times 3 is 84. We return to the creator and the teacher. Did you know that 11, okay, equals to 63? Did you know our dogs and our cats are canines? And that's our birth, K911. That's exactly what it tells. That's exactly what it says. We are in the year of the gateway. We are in the year of the division between night and day. Only the moon can be understood to bring within the night. I spoke about multiplications of 4 times 3 and 5 times 3. Well, the 4 and the 3 is where everything divides. And the payout is 35 to 1. Ho, 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 69. Where do I get that from? 3 times 5, 15. 3 plus 5, 8. 8 and 15 equals 23. It spells H, O, W, the who, or ho, 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 whichever way you want to look at it. Also, this is 6. It's going to divide 8 and 6. It's going to divide the gateway. And that's this year. We just ended the year 23 into the year 24. We play between the Hebrew calendar, the Gregorian calendar. It's a watch. It's 1:04 in the morning, 64th minute. Zion, Israel, 10:4. Communication. 52 cards in the deck times 2. 1:04. I work in time. I see 1:04. I had 64 minutes. But then I also makes me think of 104. The mysterious ways of our creator to telling us multiple stories at the same time. Don't be afraid to change the rules as long as they're fair to everybody and you're all having fun. That's what it's all about. I'm only giving you the skeleton. You have to do the rest, because who you are is who I am. Who you are is who I am. Who I am is who you are. If I said it that way, which context and how would you take it? You are who I am. I put zombies of myself in creation out there. I created you. But over time, the broken telephone, I'll teach them my way. Don't tell me what to do, even if it's the right thing. I was born into this world where I go, the ego, the I go and the ego. And when you look at number 5 and number 9, the 4 corners and the center is 5. 9 is everything together. It's all the worlds together. So also with the 1331, it's also 1331, 1331. And then in this one, your king and your queen are going to come because 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 is 3 and 4, 7. The 5 is from 12 or 21. 2 times 1, 2 plus 1, okay, is 3 and 2, which is the representation of the pig inside of 5, the female, the 333 pregnancy, because obviously the male ain't given birth. I want to know how many male pigs, how many boars have had babies, right? I want to know how many boars have had babies. And I want to go back to that thought of this. There's an equation that we did before. I'm just trying to think what it was. Yes, it was the first 7 is the male. The second 7, okay, 7, 7, 7, and 7. So we have 7 and 7. And there's so many ways to look at this because it depends how you want to put it together. If I talk about just this one, or do I talk about this one and this one, or this one and this one, or do I talk about these 3, or do I talk about these 3, or do I talk about these 3? So we have to understand what's happening. So here we get 7, 14, 21, 28, 35. 7, 5, 3, 1, 8. That's how it counts down. So by the time you get to the 4th 7, right, you're going to, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, the 3rd 7 over here. This is what happens in the 3rd 7. In the 4th 7, you're over here. So that 28-day cycle of the moon runs over here. The 3rd part is over here. This is where the cube comes in. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. I'm not sure if you can understand where I'm going with this. Let me explain that A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. And then it's B, C, D, 2, 3, 4. There's 2 sides. Number 4, 1, 2, 3. 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals to 6. Plus 4 equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. So it goes like this, and then it flips over. And then you start again. You go 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one, and you flip it over. In the roulette, number 1, number 19, number 1, number 10, number 19, number 28, number 37. They switch from red to black to black to red to red to black. It's the only one that does it. No other number does it. 19 are 2 odd numbers. 28 are 2 even numbers. 10, okay, now is, although it's odd, it stays black. 0 seems to be turning the 1 black again. So where else can I do this? Where else does this happen? Why? Do you understand? I use the rules of those games. I have to understand. So when we get to 20, it's staying black. So what is 0 doing? Is it staying as an even number? Or does 1 become an even number every 4 numbers? 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 19, 22, 25, 28. So it becomes, the first one is red. The second one is 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 19. Is that the 7th one? 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 19. So the 1st and the 7th one, like 17Q, return together. Puff the Magic Dragon. Yes, Puff the Magic Dragon. Very good. 7366 10 22. Absolutely. Puff is 22. Fantastic. Shall we meet in Vegas? It would be just lovely. I'm just trying to listen. I'm just trying to buy a little bit more of this, right? And pens. So I'm not meeting anybody in Vegas, but it would be nice. 77, 74, yes. 47, 5, 5, 7, 12, okay. Vietnam, in the name of man. Double or nothing, married in Vegas. Happy birthday for you. Yeah, well, my birthday is actually, that's my birthday, 104. And I did it my way. Yes, absolutely. Let go my ego. I sang that song. I sang the song that make the young girls sing. I sang the song about beautiful things. I don't know that. Right. Okay. Right. The pig. Absolutely. So that means the checkerboard might be counted for 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1 because it turns both two colors only. Right. But is it all checkerboards that are red and black? The 100% thing that we can stick with is the 3232. That's for sure. We can replace it with two other colors if we want, but it's just telling us we have two different colors and we have 32 for one side of board, 32 for the other side of board. We got 64 in total. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I think maybe we're always in the red and in the black. That's the way it works. Positive and negative. And positive is POS. Can you also be position? Negative is NEG or GEN, which is NEG. Have you ever looked at this? You've seen this, right? Negative, but this is Nasera Jacera in the negative, in the black. 14, 19, and 726. So that's Nasera Jacera. It's also could be used as snow. It's also talking about the male and the female, right? The male and the female, the king and the queen, 1 times 2, 1 plus 2. From this, I will get this, but this is number 14, right? But it's also number 5. So another way to get 14 is this way. Another way to get 41 is this way. 6 times 5, 6 plus 5 is 30 and 11, 41. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, 8 and 6, 14. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 is 2 and 3, 5. The 14th letter, 1 and 4 equals to 5. This one is 7G. How can we create the G7? Just give me a second. I forget how we got this one. That was number 14 and 41. This is 7. So this is created from number 13 or 31. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3, 3 and 4, 7. This is your generation in the moon. This is running with the moon. This is running with the house. This is the sun running with the house. This one's running with the moon. In the moon. POS, position. So I'm trying to figure out where else I had to go with this, or I want to bring up one other thing because we're going to end the video in a minute. I'm tired. I'm going to bed, and it's this over here. I'm going to show you from where I got it. Um, hey, Karen, I don't know if you're up right now, but I just want to go and to this over here. Yeah, so it's this over here. This gentleman, Bradley Vertes, or whatever you want to call him, right? Sorry about that. I didn't want to say I'm just a little tired to pronounce the names all the way. Just want to see. So they showed me this over here. Um, can someone explain this to me? I was playing with numbers 79 divided by 7 in a 133 pattern and expanded it. So I'm not really sure what they're talking about. So what happened is they have bigger numbers than this, right? The numbers actually, let me see if I can, whoa, hold on a second. Yeah, so what it is, I'm not done. I'm going to work on it a little bit more tomorrow. I'm far from done, right? What I did is I added up mine to a single digit. So it becomes 177783278. You notice the way the end numbers are always the same. So this side is telling me one story, 7 and 8, while this side is telling me another story. Here it's telling me the IT system in the sun of Earth. Here it's telling me again back to the sun on the outside here. Here's electric company. This would be the male. Let me see, did I get that right? Yes, the male and the female would come out on this side. Only the male would come out on this side. This would be creation. This is where the spirit comes in. This is the pig. Anyways, I'm just going to show you what I did with the numbers, okay? Because we can say anything we want. Here's the center of this grid. Now, could they have gone more and said more? Yes, they could have, but it's 1, 2, 3, and here's the fourth area. So it just makes sense. And then 1, 2, 3, and here's the fourth area. So this is the core or the mirror worlds. So my 9 numbers that come in are right over here. And then after I do these numbers over here, I get 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Remember I said 13, 16, 19? Well, we don't want to use all the numbers, right? I'm going to use all these numbers, but I won't use these 3. Or I won't use these 3, I'll use these 3, I won't use these 3, I'll use these 3. I won't use these. So you're using some, you're not using the others. Another thing is, here's 9 numbers here. Here's 9 numbers here. And here's the 9 numbers that join them. On the bottom side, right, you're being, on the bottom side, you're being joined by 4, 8, and 9. On the top side, you're being joined by 1, 9, and 8. So what is this? This is the open section that when you bring everything together, you join an extra number from these 4 or an extra number from these 4. 4 areas represents Mars, 9 areas represents Earth, and you can see inside here, Earth overlaps to 2 different worlds, where Mars is in this corner only 1 out of 3. Remember 3 and 1 and 3 and 1 number in the house? The same time, to understand this, that if we were talking about the dice cube, right, the 2, right, let me show you something. Right, and then what we're going to do is see that? I used 3 numbers here and 3 numbers here. I didn't use here or here. This part is all on the outside. All on the outside. All this is on the outside with this, this, and this. The dolphin jumps in here and goes into here. He jumps in and he goes in. So what are we going to do next? Let me see. Do I have anything dark? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. You got 16. So you have 16 and 9. 44 and 33. 33, and 44. 4 times 4, 16. 3 by 3, 9. The 9 inside here, the 16 out there, and it says pi. We only use at one time never more than 7 of 9. Never more than 7 of 9. 13 and 14. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3. 7, 1 times 4, 1 plus 4. 9, the division of the alphabet, 7 and 9. When you go to the ATM, the 7 and the 9 will have the Q and the Z. They were moved over. This was moved over to the number 1. 88, like in the word Trump, to the House of DC was moved over into the 1 position, and it was removed from the 7th and the 9th position. The 7th and the 9th position are unlike in numbers in French, like any other position. They're not the same. Why? Because when they say 7, they go 60 and 10 to say 70. When they go to 90, they go 4 by 20 plus 10 or plus whatever number you want, plus 11, plus 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. But when you get to 97, you're going 4 times 20, okay, plus 10, plus 7. So you're saying multiple numbers. So if I'm saying, right, so if I'm stopping at 70, so I'm going to say June plus January in order to get to, or June plus October in order to get to a certain month. I'm just trying to think. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because everything stops at 60. Let's say we've used everything as a whole. We would go 70. We would go 60 plus 10. Okay, the two L's. Now there's another thing with the L's and the V's and the W's. When two V's in French, when they say W, they go W, which means two V's. And when you take two V's, right, you can either create two V's this way, or you can take two V's and another V and create it this way, meaning that the W, right, the full W, pending, and it has to be discussed, right? I'm a little tired now for this. Here's the W, right? 2, 4, 6, 8. Should I go up that high? Should I just do this, right? Should I use every single one of these boxes? We'll go, or should I just do this, right? So the W takes up a minimum of 4 by 1 area space. But when I do V's, right, and I say W, here's W, and then when I connect it, I put the V over here. And once I put that V in, this chops down to an L letter, perhaps, right, because it stops over here. So it becomes the L letter. So your L is actually going to be an expression of the 3 V's. So now you have 2 X's, you have XOX. But with the top here and the bottom here, it almost looks like 808. Although a 10 is a 10, because it has a top, it looks like an hourglass, like that. You put a top and a top, and now it looks like a number 8. So here's your W's, here's your 3 V's. When you do that, you have a O over here. So anyways, for me, it's a little, not confusing, but a little confusing on how to explain it. I'm extremely tired. If anybody has anything to ask, there's so much that is not finished. So I showed you what they were doing with their numbers. I don't fully understand what they were trying to get to with their numbers. I'm still looking for, I sent them a message. I want to know what they want to do. This is what I found, what it's telling me. There's a lot of other combinations that we have to put together to understand the formation inside of this. The crossing of the numbers came out over here. 919, 884, 898. The 9 took the 1 position, right? Now, if you're going to work these numbers, this is the way you would work them. 9 and 4, 13. 9 and 8, 17. 9 and 4 equals to 4. 9 and 8 equals to 8. 1 and 8 equals to 9. What did I do? 7 and 6 equals to 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 9 and 4 is 13. 5 and 8 is 13. 1 and 6 is 7. 4 and 3 is 7. 2 and 5 is 7. So the calculator is a base to understand what to do with other numbers, right? Now you see the way I went from here, 2 over, 1 up, right? And just like the king or the rook, I think it is in chess. So if I can do it this way, I can also turn the calculator this way and go 2 over to 9. And then I can turn the calculator over this way, right? And go 8 over to 1. So we have multiple situations going on. And the reason I did this is because the cube is all those sevens. The Mayan calendar is all the sevens and the 13s. The crisscrossing, to better understand the numbers, the rotation of the numbers, I can go 7 and 3, 10, right? But rotation of numbers is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 10 is not in here. It's on the next line. So what I do is the minimum you want to get to rotate your numbers is, instead of 1 through 10 here, you go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 2 plus 0 is 2. So instead of going 1 over to 9, 10, what I do is I go 2 over to 9, 3 over to 8, 4 over to 7, and 6 over to 5. Those are all 11s. I'm going to try and just give me a second to remember why that had to be done. It had to do with, I've done it many times. I just don't remember it right now. Just give me a second. I started it. I want to finish it. I definitely 100% have done it before, and it definitely comes out perfect, that you cannot deny the fact of the equation. But just give me a second to look at this. I'm not sure if this is it, right? The let me see. Okay, so we bar the first position, and 4 and 9 equals the 13, or 6 and 7 equals the 13, to where 5 and 8 equals the 13. This is in position 2 and 9. This is position 3 and 8. This is position 4 and 7. Now we're going to go on to, did I get that right? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, now we're going to, just give me a second. Did I get them all in? 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. Did I do this one over here? 5 and 8. 9, 4 and 9. The third position and the 8th position. No, I got that wrong. Hold on a second. Give me a second. I made a few bobos. Give me a second. Oh, no, I got it right. I got it right. I got that right. I got that right. So you can see 11, 11, 11. This is the second position. This is the third position. This is the fourth position, the fifth position, the sixth position, the seventh position, the eighth position, the ninth position. So these two that I didn't bring together, right, between the fifth and the sixth position, already show you 1 and 3. We can do this one more time. Let's do it with number 3 and the new number 4, okay? We're going to do it with number 4. 4, 8, 3, 7, 2, 6, 1, 5, 9. So we're going to bar the first position. We're going to use 8 and 6. Did I do that right? No, wrong. We're going to use 8 and 9 equals to 17. We're going to go 3 and 5 equals to 8. We're going to go 1 and 7 equals to 8. And this one was position 2 and 9. And then the third and the 8th position, and the 4th and the 7th position. And then the 5th and the 6th position. The 5th and the 6th position equals to 2 and 6 equals to 8. 1 and 7, 8, 3 and 5, 8, 1, 7, 8, and 8. And these are by combinating 11, 11, 11, 11 to where the 1 and 3 equals to 4, where you're combinating the 5 and the 6 area. It's 11, 11, 11, 11. And we're going to do one more. We're going to go to the 5th position. 5, 1, 6, 2, 7, 3, 8, 4, 9. We bar the 5. 1 and 9, 6 and 4, 2 and 8, 7 and 3. This is the 2nd and 9. This equals to 10. This equals to 10. This equals to 10. This equals to 10. Number 5, your gateway. This is the 3 and the 8, the 4 and the 7, the 5 and the 6. This is upside down. We're going to use the 2nd position, right? We're going to flip this upside down. The 2nd position with the 9th position. The 3rd position with the 8th position, 6 and 4. The 4th position with the 7th position, 2 and 8. And then these two, 10. So there's all going to be plus the multiplication story. So this is how this works. 3, 6, and 9 are not the same as the rest of the numbers. Anyways, we're going to end it here. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. Still, I did not get probably anything done tonight because there's just so much to do. And don't ask me what it is because I don't know. But I do know. I just don't know exactly where to start. It's everything. The zodiac, tons of stuff. And I know there's tons of stuff because the capability of reading has become very easy because I know the equations. I know the Chinese zodiac. Okay, we can do that. I know the Mayan zodiac. We can do that. And we can do anything because we have the equations. We have the answer to this game that I'm playing. We have the answer to everything that has ever been done in this entire world inside this game. And if we need the answer to the origins of the universe, the purpose of life, the existence of intelligence in the cosmos, those are the biggest questions asked. Well, we're going to have an answer to everything one at a time. Orion's belt. So Orion's belt, I like that. Every time I think of Orion, I think of the onion. When I see the two O's together, the I, let me just write this out. Okay, before I go get some, first of all, the I and the O came out in 10, right? I also like to say you can pull out the two O's where I and R, and that's your 36, your creation. Your ON is number 29. Okay. Earth comes together between every time I look at ON, it always reminds me of pi. Pi always reminds me that it's been divided by 3 areas because it works with the number 22, 7 and 22. And I know it's 7 and 22, I think is 333, which 333, which is one. What I mean is when you divide it, you end up with the answer of I think 147258 or something like that, out of order. RIO, Rio de Janeiro. I'm just trying to think. I'm just trying to look. I know Roi says king. Or is 33. It is gold. It's rotation in the sun. What else is go? And the color this year is burnt orange. When you see the construction and they use that orange, it's all about Pluto, reconstruction of Pluto. You know the truth. We have to stand up. We have to stand with each other. How easy is it to stand with each other when man is up against man? Man versus man. That's where we are right now, because the only one there's let's use this. If there was 100 people in the entire world, one is controlling everybody. One with 2 guards control the rest of us. We cannot go to where they want. We cannot listen. It's going to end up bad anyways. Why go? Because the more that go, the worse it is. The more you let it be, give up your ego and stay home. Let yourself get taken away. I'm just using this as an expression, right? The more we listen to the truth, the more we listen to our hearts. Once we can get out this word that we have the answer, which is what they don't want us to do, they can't win the final game. And at the end of this game, we start over again. Okay? We will start over again. After every single raw war, we started over again. But this is the one where everybody wakes up. See what it says on my wall over there? I painted that about 8 years ago. The I, the controller of everything, are the ones who keep crying wolf. Remember that. In 1948, there's only one place that always called wolf, that wrote all the books of the untruth. Anyways, I'm tired. I'm not even talking straight. Good night. Thank you for watching Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. The Onion. Is there a Rio NV? Peace, love, happy new year. Good night.